As you know, in 2007, there were post-election violence and a lot of people were basically affected. So what are the psychological factors that these people underwent, and are there different categories towards it?
Okay, you need to create peace. You need to create peace. How do you create peace? Okay, the first thing is in what started from a child, what the child learns in the environment that we create. What also in the what we eat. There's some certain foods that will create toxics, inner toxics, which will make you more prone to anger, more prone to anxiety. So taking care of our individual selves. Feed the mind. Feed the mind positively. So we need to watch what we watch, you know, on movies, what we entertain our minds with, what we read, what are we feeding our souls with, what are we listening to, what are we being taught in school. I think in our education system we can start, you know, I've always wanted that we start social sciences in primary school even, where children learn about relationships. You know, that we're teaching them about sex, you know. Why can we teach them about marriage? Why can we teach them about friendship, about peer guidance, why can we teach them about relationships and how to develop your personality and how, at their level, how to develop your thinking, how to develop your character. So maybe if we can start to teach these at whatever age a person is in, through play, through art, through music, through drama, through, you know, through different things that different people. And as we get older, again, I think parents must engage with their children. We're seeing a complete, all levels, in the slums, in the Muthaigas, a disengagement where people are passing on the buck of you bring up my child to whoever, yeah. So communication with our loved ones, so that we get understanding, so that we get a sense of belonging. There's a lot of isolation, there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of anxiety, obviously. But isolation comes out of not feeling that I can connect with another human being. So why am I not feeling that I can't connect with you? Now, dealing with that, the basic of that is communicate. In your homes, communicate with your spouses, communicate with your children, communicate wherever you go. If you're in a corporate field, you must have channels where you start to be human beings. It's not just about bringing in the money, but you're actually dealing with human beings and bringing in, life is stressful as it is. So you need to bring in ways and means of how do I manage myself. So once I'm there, I can then begin to learn tools, pick up tools of how now I can be the driver, master of my own self. So if self-mastery is a thing that is practiced, it's not something that you just get. It's something that you begin to practice as soon as you're conscious. You know, you start to learn, how can I manage the way I think? How can I change my emotions? How can I direct my energy in a certain way? So you become master of your own self. So that's the classes for that. You can learn how to meditate. You can learn how to think, you know, because a lot of us are very undisciplined there. You know, you just let your mind just go, you know, whichever, however, you know, and then you wonder, why am I so disturbed? You know, it's because you're not mastering your mind. You're not driving your own vehicle. So then you ask, where do these negative things come from? Violence, anger, divorce, rape, murder. Those are fruits of a lack of positive feeding of yourself, a lack of positivity. So violence is just one of them. Even where you find violence, you find all kinds of other things alongside it. It's just one of them, where a person finally goes and hits another person or harms himself. You know, you get people who will kill themselves or they cut themselves or yeah. So you can turn violence inside as well. So you learn it at all kinds of different levels. Yeah. Our responsibility would be now, what are we feeding? Screening what we show. I mean, sometimes you put on the TV at 5 o'clock, you're sitting with you know, just really children's time. And you see adverts that shouldn't be there, you know, you see very violent, they may not be hit, but they're verbally violent, they're angry souls at about 5 o'clock. So the child learns, I can shout at my mother. You know, that's the beginning. You know, so if I learn I can shout, or homes you can shout at each other in a way that is verbally abusive, then those are the seeds we're planting. So taking responsibility for that. We can even choose to plant seeds of peace. The same way we plant seeds of violence, we can plant peace. You know, I said that to a media person once, and they said, but you know what, Jerry, positive news doesn't sell. Now, why doesn't it sell? It doesn't sell because that's not what we've promoted. If the same way we promoted violence, it's the same way we can campaign for peace, and it will sell because people will start thinking, oh, good news is good. You know, and it's healthy, and it makes sense, and it's valuable. So it's up to us really to start campaigning within our own selves and externally, and then that's how we begin to create peace. In your own individual life, the self-discipline. Wake up in the morning, check your mind, pray, meditate, cleanse your soul, eat right, rest, you know, hang out with positive building people. Don't hang out in dark, sordid places, you know. So those are the choices that we make, and learning to make those choices and getting into places where you get those tools.